I want you to imagine this with me. You wake up on a Tuesday morning, you check your phone, and you see that you made good money while you were sleeping. Not from a boss who controls your schedule, not from an algorithm that decides if people see your work, but from an email you sent last night to 20 people who actually wanted to hear from you. What if I told you that 1,000 email subscribers, not followers, not likes, but real people who raise their hand and say, yes, I want to hear from you, could generate $10,000 in the next 90 days? Not someday when you're big enough, not when you have 10,000 followers, right now, with a list you could build in the next 3 months. I am about to show you 3 Latina entrepreneurs, Maria, Carmen, and Sofia, who did exactly that, starting with email lists smaller than yours probably is right now. But more importantly, I'm showing you why 99% of entrepreneurs are building on rented land and what it's costing them every single day. So stay with me, because by the end of this episode, you will understand why your email list isn't just important. It is the one thing standing between you and sustainable freedom. You were never meant to fit into somebody else's version of success. You were meant to build freedom. Freedom to work anywhere, freedom to serve boldly, freedom to be generous, freedom to say yes when God calls because your income can finally fund your obedience. Welcome to Freedom to Follow by Latinpreneurs, the movement of faith-fueled, purpose-driven Latinas building digital businesses that create both profit and impact. I am Salime, global founder, business for mission strategist, and your behind-the-scenes mentor for building businesses that fund your obedience to God. I've built successful online platforms from China to Mexico to Africa, helping women turn ideas into income and income into impact. And at the end of today's episode, I'm giving you a resource that will help you start building your email list right away, even if you're starting from zero. It is free, and you'll find it at www.latinpreneurs.com. Around here, we don't chase hustle. We design systems. We don't gatekeep. We scale generosity. We do not burn out. We build freedom to follow God and become all He wants us to be, one bold Latina at a time. So grab your cafecito, hermana, because today I'm showing you why the 12,000 Instagram followers you're chasing will not make you money, why 100 email subscribers will generate more income than 10,000 social media followers, and why the most successful entrepreneurs are building email lists first and social media second. The revolution starts here. This is Freedom to Follow by Latinpreneurs, where businesses meet calling. Now, let's talk about the one asset that changes everything. And I'm going to be brutally honest for a second, because I bet you are posting on Instagram every day, maybe TikTok, maybe also Facebook. You're creating valuable content, you're showing up with excellence, and you're doing everything that gurus tell you to do. And sure, your follower count is growing. Maybe you're at 500, maybe 3,000, maybe even 15,000 or 100,000. You feel like you're making progress. But here's what nobody tells you. You do not own that audience. Not one single person. Instagram can literally change the algorithm tomorrow, and your reach drops 70% overnight. I mean, we've seen it happen. Facebook can shut down your page for policy violation you didn't even commit. TikTok can ban your account with zero explanation and zero recourse. And then what happens? You lose everything. Years of work, thousands of followers, all the relationships you built, all the trust you earned, all the content you created, gone. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria had 12,000 Instagram followers. That's a big count, 12,000. She was showing up every day with stories and reels and carousels and DMs. I mean, she was doing all the things. She had years of consistent work, years of building trust, years of serving her community. And one morning she woke up and her account was gone. Hacked, deleted, vanished. And Instagram's recovery process, I mean, it really is basically non-existent. They do not really care. You're just another account number to them. But here's the part that really broke my heart when Maria and I met. She did not have their email addresses. She had no way to contact those 12,000 people. No way to say, hey, I'm now over here. No way of serving them. No way of rebuilding. She had to start from zero. And you know what she told me through the tears? Salime, I feel like I just lost my entire business. Meta took it away. in one click. The rented land problem, hermana. You're working so hard, you're showing up so faithfully, you're serving so generously, but you're building your business on a platform controlled by billionaires in Silicon Valley who don't know your name and don't care about your God-given calling. And they can take that away at any moment without warning, without appeal, without a second chance. Now here's the good news. Maria did rebuild, but this time she did it differently. She led with email. She built her list first. She made owning her audience the priority. And within 6 months, her 1,200 person email list generated more income than her 12,000 Instagram followers ever did. Let me say that again, slower. 1,200 email subscribers made more money than 12,000 Instagram followers. And I'm not talking about a little bit more, a lot more. Why? Because she owned the list, not Meta, not Zuckerberg, not an algorithm designed to sell ads. Her. You know how your abuela used to say, mija, no pongas todos los huevos en una sola canasta? Of course, she was talking about money, but this is true for your business. You need to own your audience. You need to build on land you own. You need to stop renting from tech billionaires and start owning your own business. And that land is your email list. So here's a question I want you to sit with. How much of your business is built on rented land right now? If Instagram shut down tomorrow, could you contact your people? If TikTok banned your account, could you keep serving them? If Facebook decided your content violated their ever-changing policies, would your business survive? Because, hermana, I'm not trying to scare you. I am trying to wake you up to a reality most people don't see until it's too late. And social media is a beautiful tool. I use it, I post on Instagram regularly, and it is great. But your foundation, your business survival, your family's provision, cannot depend on platforms you do not control. That is not business strategy. That's just hoping nothing goes wrong. And hope is not a strategy for business. Now, this is not only smart business strategy. This is biblical wisdom about stewardship and faithfulness. In Matthew 7:24-27, Jesus tells a parable about two builders. One man builds his house on the sand, the other one builds on the rock. When the storm comes, and notice Jesus says, when, not if, only one house survives. And now again, this is not about getting rich. This parable is about building wisely. And obviously, it is talking about Jesus himself. But let's apply this parable to our business strategy here. The foolish builder did not fail because he lacked resources. He failed because he built on an unstable foundation. Now, your email list is that stable foundation. Social media is inherently unstable. You do not control it. Algorithms change constantly. Platforms rise and fall. And now, be careful that you're not listening and hearing me say, do not use social media. Of course, use it. It's a very powerful tool, but do not make that your foundation. Your foundation must be built on something you can faithfully steward. Because when challenges come, and they will, when circumstances change, and they will, when platforms disappear, and they do, you need to have built on something that allows you to continue serving faithfully. That's how you build something that honors God and serves people well. So let me show what this actually looks like, because you might be thinking, okay, Salime, I get it. Emailing lists are important, but does this actually work? Can I really make money from a small list? Well, I'm going to show you a couple of examples, and I'm going to give you real numbers, not she's making 6 figures fluff. Real revenue, real conversations, real results. Okay, remember Maria who lost her Instagram? Here's what happened when she rebuilt with email list first. After a couple months, she created a mini course teaching balanced budget for immigrant families. Nothing fancy, it was just her teaching what she knew about how to reconciliate and create a balanced budget, and she sold it for $97. Now, she sent 3 emails to her 100 people list over 1 week. So the first email was like, why most budgeting advice does not work for us immigrants. The second email was what I learned from losing everything and starting over. And the third email was my course is open, there's only 5 spots left. And those were the 3 emails that she crafted. Well, guess what? 27 people bought it. Now do the math with me. 27 people times $97 per course, you were talking about $2,619 in revenue from 100 email subscribers in 1 week from 3 emails. Now here's what's absolutely wild. Her Instagram at the time had 3,200 followers, way bigger than her emailing list. And when she posted about her course on Instagram, 1 person bought it. But her emailing list, 27 sales. Why the massive difference? Because the people in her email list opted in. They raised their hand and they said, I want to hear from you, Maria. They opened her emails, they read them, they trusted her. Now, Instagram's followers, they scroll past literally sitting in the toilet, and the algorithm decides if they even see your post, and most of them are not ready to buy. Email subscribers, they are warm, they are engaged, they are ready. Now, let me tell you another example, Carmen. Carmen is a life coach. She works with Latina professionals navigating career transitions. She decided to offer 5 one-on-one coaching spots at $500 per session. She sent literally 1 email to her 1,200 subscribers with the subject line, I have 5 coaching spots open this month. That's it. 1 email. It was not a launch sequence, no webinar, no funnel. All 5 spots were filled in 48 hours. And she made $2,500 in revenue. The time investment was writing 1 email, maybe 30 minutes. Now, Carmen also has a Facebook group with 5,000 members. She posted about the same coaching in that group and she had 0 bookings. 0. 5,000 people and nobody bought. But 1,200 email subscribers sold out in 2 days. Because again, email subscribers are your people. They choose you. They want to hear from you. Hermana, I need you to see these numbers clearly. The average emailing list conversion rate is 1 to 3%. So out of your emailing list, 1 to 3% people will buy. Now the average social media conversion rate is 0.1 to 0.5%, not even 1%, less than 1% of followers in your social media will actually buy. The translation is this: out of 1,000 email subscribers, you will get between 10 and 30 buyers. And to get that same thing in Instagram, in social media, you need around 10,000 followers. You're getting basically the same number of buyers, but one list is 10 times smaller, which means 10 times less work to grow, 10 times less content to create, 10 times more efficient, 10 times more sustainable. And the best part about this is that you own it. You own the relationship. You own the channel. You can faithfully steward your business. Again, that's the difference between building on the rock and building on the sand. Now, if email lists are this powerful, if they generate this kind of income, if they're this sustainable, why doesn't every Latina entrepreneur have one? And again, I've worked with hundreds of Latinas at this point. I work with so many people. I worked with one specific client that had over 200,000 Instagram followers and had literally 2 to 3 sales per course per semester. So I taught her about emailing lists. And so when I talked with her, there were 3 main blockers, and I want to address them right now because they're probably in your mind right now. So let's talk. Maybe you don't know how, like practically, tactically, step by step. What email platform do I use? Is it ConvertKit? Is it MailChimp? Is it Flowdesk? How do I create a lead magnet that people actually want? How do I write the emails that convert without sounding like a lazy internet marketer? How do I set up the landing page that don't look like amateur? How do I build a welcoming sequence? And these are all real questions. These are real obstacles. And most people literally get stuck right here because it feels overwhelming, but it is not. So my answer to you right now is start with MailChimp's free account. That's where I started, and I grew it till I could not grow it anymore with their free account, and then I changed. But by then I had revenue that allowed me to pay for other options. But start with MailChimp. MailChimp has a free account that can be set up really easy, and you can start your emailing list growth journey. Now, the second blocker might be, what kind of free resource grows a list fast? How do I create it without spending 30 weeks on this? What message do I say so people think I need this? How do I position myself? in a sales letter without sounding sleazy. Most people usually create a random PDF that nobody wants and they think, see, emailing lists don't work, but it's not the emailing lists that do not work, it is that the lead magnet is not strategic. Now, I will address this issue in a future, but for now, just remember, know who your client is, know where he or she are, and then ask what is a problem that you will want to solve for them. And through that, create a free resource that people will want to download and therefore will willingly give you their email address. This is an exchange for some good resource, some generous, feels a little too much type of resource so that they can give you that email address. And again, this is exactly what I'm doing. All of the things that I put out for free are so that you will give me your email address because I want to have a relationship with you. Okay, blocker number 3, they don't believe they're ready. And this happens so much. They say, I need more followers first, or I need to be further along, or I need a bigger platform. I'm not an expert yet. Who am I to ask somebody for their email address? Does this sound familiar? Here's the truth, hermana. None of these are real blockers. They're literally mindset issues disguised as practical problems. Maria and Carmen, the women I just showed you, they did not have massive platforms when they started or restarted. They didn't have decades of expertise. They didn't wait until they felt ready. They decided that owning their audience was non-negotiable. So they built on foundation first before the fancy website, before the big followers, before feeling expert enough. They literally decided to build on the rock. And that's the same way that I started. Anything, ESA TradeX, divine events, or reformadas, and even Latinpreneurs. Like, I am traveling around the world. I know that I don't have everything that it takes to create a really amazing experience for you, but I know that I have something special. I know that I do have years of experience in digital business, and I know that I want to resource you with ways to start your own digital business so that as a Latina, you are mobilized, you are sent into your community, into what God has called you to do, into the ends of the world. And so I'm starting very imperfectly, very slowly, but faithfully. So you can start too, hermana. Let me address the elephant in the room. We are raised not to promote ourselves. We are taught, no te creas mucho. Don't think you're all that. Stay humble. Don't be too much. Don't take up space. And culture reaffirms that. So when I come and tell you build an email list and sell your thing and put yourself out there, as Latinas, we kind of resist because it feels like pride. It feels like being too much. It feels like taking up space. But again, Matthew 25, the parable of the talents, the master entrusts talents to 3 servants, and 2 invest what they're given, and 1 buries his talent in the ground. So when the master returns, he commends the 2 who multiplied what they were given, but to the one he buried his talent out of fear, he says in Matthew 25:26, you wicked and slothful servant. And if you hear this, are really harsh words. Because refusing to steward what you're giving is not humility, it is disobedience. The servant who buried his talent, and again, you have talents, and I don't care if it's like making tamales. I have a client that makes tamales and is making money, and she is not like a university graduate with a specialized culinary degree. No. So she has a talent, you have a talent, and this servant had a talent, but he decided to bury his talent, claiming that he was being safe and humble and careful. But the master called him wicked and slothful, because gifts, talents unused are gifts wasted. So when God is giving you a skill, experiences, knowledge, and again, we're not talking about academic, although it can be academic, but your skills, your talents, your art, bent, your culinary experience, and we're Latinas, most of us have some sort of, grammar recipe that we learned. So that is a talent, that is an experience. And when God gives you that genuinely can help people, and you refuse to use them because you're afraid to being seen as too much, that's not humility. That is the 1 talent servant bearing what God gave him. True humility is not hiding. True humility is putting God first and saying, God, you gave me this. Please help me steward it faithfully for your glory and in the service of others, and that is good. So building an emailing list is not self-promoting. It literally is faithful stewardship. Your emailing list is simply a tool that will allow you to serve people with consistency, with excellence, and in wisdom to showcase God. The people on that list, they're not random strangers you're trying to exploit. I mean, if that's the case, please do not listen to my podcast. Go somewhere else. I'm sure that you can find a business guru that will tell you to exploit people, but that's not what I'm about. What I'm about is bringing God's people, bringing people together into your path so that you can genuinely serve them with an excellent offer. So when you ask for their email in exchange for genuine value, you're not being prideful or pushy. You're being a faithful steward. You're multiplying your talent instead of bearing it. And it's obedience, it's not our arrogance. That's using what God gave you and not hoarding it under the guise of false humility. Now, here's probably where you are right now. You're creating content, you're showing up, you're serving people, maybe you're seeing some growth on social media, but you don't own your audience. And deep down, you know that this is a problem. You know you're building on rented land. You know that at some point you need to change that. So you have two options today. You can keep doing what you're doing. You can keep posting on social media. You can keep hoping that the algorithm works in your favor. You can keep building on platforms you don't control. You can keep watching other women with smaller followers make more money and wondering, why not me? Maybe it works out. Maybe nothing bad happens. Maybe you never get hacked. Maybe your account keeps growing, but maybe it doesn't. And then what? You have to start over from zero like Maria did. Or you can build a foundation first. You can start your email list strategy today. You can grow an owned audience alongside your social following to create a sustainable, algorithm-proof business. You get to have direct access to the people who actually want to hear from you. You get to build a business that doesn't disappear if a platform does. I mean, for me, that choice seems obvious, right? But here's a problem. Option 2 will require effort. And I am teaching you everything that you need to do it. So again, all the exercises, and I am going to post it in the Latinpreneur Vault, all the exercises that I am talking about today that will help you take that step to start owning your own audience is in www.latinpreneurs.com. In the Latinpreneurs Vault, you will see and download for free those exercises that will allow you to start, even though it's going to be a slow and steady type of effort. But it is better than option 1, even though most people get stuck on option 1. Now you know. This is why I'm creating something for you. Because over the past 20 years, I've built emailing lists across 3 continents. I've grown audiences from 0 to thousands. I've created systems that convert. I've taught hundreds of women, Latinas just like you, how to do this. Women who started with 0 subscribers are now thriving and having sustainable businesses. And I want to help you start today. So go to www.latinpreneurs.com and go to the freebie section, subscribe, and then you will be able to get into the Latinpreneurs Vault. And the exercise for this episode 12 of Freedom to Follow by Latinpreneurs, will be right there. And that will help you kickstart your emailing list, owning your audience, owning what you are building. So here's what I want to do as this episode ends. I, again, want you to go to latinpreneurs.com and grab the resource I created for this specific episode. It is free. All you have to do is subscribe. It is not a generic PDF. It is a way to start and to create your first 100 subscribers in the next 30 days. And again, this is important, and this is the exact framework that I used to help Maria rebuild from 0 to 1,200 subscribers in 6 months. So I will talk about all of the things that you need in order to start so that you don't feel overwhelmed, and it is completely free. There is no catch. You just download it. You just give me your email and you download it at latinpreneurs.com. And it matters because when you download this resource, you will get on my emailing list, obviously. But this is not another subscription because every week I am adding to that vault practical strategies you can implement immediately, real examples from women building their businesses right now, also behind the scenes insights from my 20 plus years of experience, and tactical advice week by week that will move your business forward. Think of it like this. This podcast is your Friday, Saturday, Sunday coffee talk where we dream together, strategize together, but the Latinpreneurs Vault is your weekly business coaching where I give you practical exercises and strategy that you can use week by week to build your business. That's where implementation and programming come together. But you have to be subscribed to do this. And you will also be the first to know when new resources come up. I am thinking about a lot of other things in 2026. You'll get early access before anyone else because you are my people, you're my tribe. And you'll get bonuses that I'm going to only offer to my email subscribers. You will be joining a movement of hundreds of Latinas living in the US who decide that owning their audience is non-negotiable, who decided to build on the rock, not on the sand, who decided that faithful stewardship means creating sustainability, not just hoping that the algorithm is kind so that they can go and do whatever it is that God is calling them to do in their communities, in their families, in the world. And that's what I want to see. So go to latinpreneurs.com, subscribe to The Vault, and join the movement. Here's the truth. The best time to start building your emailing list was 5 years ago. But the second best time is today, right now. Not when you have more followers, not when you feel ready, not when you have figured it all out, today. So I need you to start this today because I want you to build a sustainable digital business that frees you to literally take the gospel to the ends of the world, in your family, in your church, in your community, in your nation, in your country, and in the world. I believe that we can do this. So here's your challenge for the next days. Download the exercise from the Latinpreneurs Vault, read it, do the exercises, and start choosing your lead magnet type. And then set up your email platform. Again, go for the free account of MailChimp. It's where I started 2 of my 4 businesses. Then create your lead magnet, even if it's messy, even if it's not perfect, just create something valuable and get it out there. Launch it, share it, invite it. You have the WhatsApp plan. You know how to do this. We have been together for 12 weeks, so you have a lot of resources that will get you started. And this is just 4 steps. I know that you can do this. Because here's what I know. When you own your audience, everything literally changes. Your income becomes sustainable, your impact becomes scalable, your business becomes algorithm proof, and your freedom becomes real. Email lists are not sexy. They're not as fun as Instagram. They don't have the dopamine hit of going viral on TikTok. But you know what they have? They have sustainability. They have ownership. They have freedom. And if you're serious about building a digital business that lasts longer than that next algorithm change, if you're serious about funding your obedience to God without depending on platforms controlled by others, if you're serious about creating generational wealth instead of just hoping your next post performs well, you need this foundation. You need to own your audience. You need to build on rock, not on sand. You need to stop renting and start owning. Maria learned this the hard way when she lost all her 12,000 followers overnight. Please don't wait until that happens to you. So again, go to latinpreneurs.com right now and download. I'll subscribe to the Vault, download episode 12's exercises, and you will join my emailing list just as I'm teaching you, and you will know about all the resources that I have for 2026. And remember, you were never meant to fit into somebody else's version of success. You were meant to build freedom, to work anywhere, to serve boldly, to be generous, to say yes when God calls, because your income funds your obedience. So remember, this is Freedom to Follow by Latinpreneurs, where business meets calling. And I'll see you next week. And until then, keep building, hermana. Keep owning your future. Keep walking in freedom. The revolution starts with you. Goodbye.